In his speech marking the 60th anniversary of the Civil Rights Act, Biden plans to speak about his proposal to reform the Supreme Court before he leaves office.
Yeah, this one's a big one. It was already put out, laying out the reforms and the reasoning behind them to the American public in a Washington Post op-ed this morning, adding, "What is happening now is not normal, and it undermines the public's confidence in the court's decisions, including those impacting personal freedoms. We now stand in a breach." We're going to dive into that with Ron Chapman. He's U.S. Marine and from the U.S. Marine Corps attorney,
But Ron, just wanted to get your thoughts on the manner in which he shared his proposals, right? Going to the Washington Post in an op-ed format. Anything stand out to you about that?
Well, yeah, obviously he's trying to float it to sort of take everybody's temperature. And I want to speak specifically here about the term limits issue. This is targeted directly at 3 justices. Justice Thomas has been on the court about 32 years. Justice Alito and Justice Roberts are right around that 18-year mark. If this were hypothetically to get passed, which of course it has no chance of getting passed, that would allow the removal by the next president of those 3 justices. I think the play here is Kamala can't get people to the polls, so hopefully the Supreme Court can, and that's exactly what he's trying to do with this concept of term limits. The reality is most decisions of the Supreme Court are unanimous. I think as of May, 75% were unanimous. The rest of the decisions are relatively non-political, but those political decisions that still remain, we often see justices reaching across the aisle. I think the Sebelius decision, I think that we had a justice reach across the aisle, Justice O'Connor in the Grutter decision. There are plenty of examples of justices operating in a non-political space. This is completely unnecessary conduct by this president. The court is just fine on its own.
So we got to leave it right there. Panel, thanks for coming on. Ron and Shondell, we appreciate it. Thank you.